6 videos, 1 series, 1 mission to give you the information you need to protect your money.
During the biggest financial moment of the decade, let me do a quick recap of what we
covered. In video 1, we learned that your retirement fund might already be inside the AI bubble through private credit, pension funds, and index funds, without you ever choosing to put it there. In video 2, we looked at OpenAI real financial numbers. $21 billion lost last year, $850 billion projected to be consumed by 2030, and no clear path to profitability. In video 3, we examined why Google, one of the most profitable companies in history, urgently raised $85 billion, and what that urgency signals. In video 4, we broke down the SpaceX IPO, what is actually being sold, who benefits most, and why the rules of major stock indexes are being changed to accommodate it. In video 5, we looked at the full picture. $300 to $400 billion of AI stock needing to be sold to ordinary investors. And the psychological traps that make people buy at the worst time. In video 6, we have walked through a realistic correction scenario. What happens step by step if the AI bubble deflates? And how it connects back to your retirement account. Today, what you actually do. Let us build the framework.
Before you can protect anything, you need to know what you have. And this sounds obvious,
but most people have never actually looked at what their investments are invested in. They know they have a 401k or an IRA. They do not know what is inside it.
Here is what I want you to do this week. Log into your retirement account. Look at your fund holdings. Search for the top 10 holdings of each fund you own. You will almost certainly find NVIDIA, Microsoft, Apple, Alphabet, Google parent company, and the Amazon in your top 10. These are the companies most exposed to the AI story.
If your fund is heavily weighted toward them, you have significant AI exposure.
This is not automatically wrong, but it should be a conscious choice, not something that happened to
you without your awareness. Real diversification is harder than most people think. Owning 500 different stocks sounds diversified, but if all 500 stocks decline when tech sentiment turns negative, and many of them will,
you are not actually protected. You are just holding
a diversified collection of correlated assets. True diversification means holding assets that move differently from each other under the same conditions. Here is the checklist. Do you have exposure to bonds, specifically government bonds or inflation-protected bonds that tend to hold value during equity market stress, real assets, real estate, commodities, or infrastructure that generate income independently of stock.
Market sentiment, international equity, companies in markets that do not move perfectly in sync with U.S. tech stocks, alternative assets, assets with genuinely different risk drivers, like crypto, that do not respond to the same triggers as AI stocks. If the answer to most of these is no, you have concentration risk, not just AI exposure. I have mentioned crypto in several videos in this series, and I want to be very clear about how I think about it. I am not suggesting you put your savings into speculative crypto trades. I am not suggesting you chase the next coin. What I am suggesting is
that a small, well-considered allocation to established crypto assets, specifically Bitcoin and potentially a few others, can function as a genuine portfolio diversifier. Bitcoin, in particular, does not move. In lockstep with AI stocks, it has its own demand drivers, its own market cycles, and its own dynamics. When tech sentiment is negative, Bitcoin might fall, hold, or even rise, depending on what is driving the sell-off. The key word is framework. Crypto without a framework is speculation. Crypto within a systematic approach, with defined position sizes, entry criteria, and exit rules, is a legitimate portfolio component. The Intelligent Cryptocurrency VIP program, built specifically for this. It is not about trading. It is about having a systematic, rational approach to a genuinely useful asset class. The link is in the description. This might be the most important step, and the one most people skip. Decide now. While you are thinking clearly, what conditions would cause you to take action? Write down specific rules. For example, if my AI-related exposure exceeds 40% of my total portfolio, I will rebalance. If a company I own reports declining free cash flow for 2 consecutive quarters, I will reduce my position. If the overall market drops 20% from my entry point, I will review my thesis, not panic sell, but review. Having these rules written down in advance does something important. It removes the emotional variable from your decision-making at the moment when emotions are highest. The biggest losses in financial history were not caused by bad initial decisions. They were caused by good initial decisions, followed by emotional reactions at the worst possible moment. Here is what to do. In order, over the next 60 days, Week 1, complete the portfolio audit. Know what you own and how much AI exposure you have. Week 2, run the diversification checklist. Identify the gaps in your genuine diversification. Week 3, research the resources I have linked below. Understand what a systematic crypto framework looks like. Decide if it fits your situation. Week 4, write your decision rules, specific triggers, specific responses. Keep it simple. Month 2, implement any changes gradually. Do not make dramatic moves. Rebalance thoughtfully. Build the portfolio that gives you confidence, regardless of what happens next. I want to end this series with something important. This series was not about predicting a crash. Nobody can do that reliably. It was about giving you the information and the framework to make good decisions, regardless of what happens. AI might deliver everything it promises. The companies might find their path to profitability. The IPOs might succeed. The bubble might inflate for years before it corrects. Or some version of a correction might come sooner than expected. The investors who come out well. In either scenario are not the ones who predicted correctly. They are the ones who, but things got volatile. That is what this series was trying to help you do. Thank you, Work. Built resilient portfolios, understood what they owned, made deliberate choices, and did not panic when you for watching all 7 videos. Share this series with someone who needs it, and subscribe, because more series like this one are coming. I will see you in the next one.